Alchemy Resources has discovered new zones of pegmatites at its Karonie Project in Western Australia. The company's CEO, James Wilson, joins me now. Hi James, nice to see you.
Hi Caroline, thanks for having me today.
James, talk us through the latest assay results from reverse circulation drilling at Karonie.
We released assays today from our lithium drilling at Karonie, which is 110 kilometres east of Kalgoorlie. We got numerous results. In particular, of most interest is the results from Taupo North, and we got a series of holes that received, 1 to 2 metres of 0.1% lithium, which is 1,000 ppm in sort of the old money, and pathfinder elements up to 4,480 ppm rubidium, 45 ppm tantalum, and 40 ppm tin. And putting that in context, the rubidium values are about 100 times background, tantalum is about 300 times background, and tin's about 40 times background. So there's a lot of smoke, and it's just a function of really sort of trying to trace that zone of enrichment in the area, because all the levels are on fire around there, and it's a very exciting part of the world, given we're next to a series of or nearby operation or nearby development play, which is pushing towards operations very soon.
Tell us a bit more about that. Who are your neighbours?
Yeah, so we've got Global Lithium Resources, which is about 8 kilometres up the road from us. We all sit around the prospective fertile granite called the Karonie granite, and they're on the north side of it. Alchemy sits on the south and east side of it, and we've got quite a big ground position that's around that we haven't tested yet. So, and right next to us is another company called Karonie Resources, who's currently drilling right now on our border. So it's a very exciting part of the world. It's a very new part of the world as well, because it's not been sort of a very well-established lithium province, and we're first sort of movers in that area after the main operational guys up the road at Global Lithium. So yeah, it's a very exciting part of the world.
And moving forward at Karonie, heritage survey requests have been submitted for follow-up lithium drill programs at Taupo North. But what work is the company completing at Karonie in the meantime? Yeah,
those heritage requests will take a few weeks to put into place and go and get the clearances done. So given the drill rig availability at the moment in Australia, there's lots of rigs available, then we're looking at deploying 2 small drill programs for gold focus. We actually generated these targets about 2 years ago at the Challenger project, which is about 30 or 40 kilometres south of where we are with the lithium, following up on 16 metres at 1 gram gold that was drilled, nearly 2 decades ago, or over 2 decades ago. And we think that the structural orientation of that was a different way. So we're testing another theory there that we think will come into play. And the other target's at Western Brown. It's the structural target. Again, we generated that about 18 months ago. And it sits in the middle of a salt lake. It's blind from every perspective apart from structure. And given the availability of lake-based rigs at the moment, we're jumping out there. So we're going to be drilling in the middle of in the water in a few weeks' time, which will be a new an exciting sort of development for the company too. So yeah, a lot going on there as well.
And James, as we move into the rest of this year, are there any updates from your other projects?
Yeah, well, the Bryah Basin joint venture that we have with Sandfire, and up until recently it was Superior Gold, they've just been taken over by Catalyst Metals. So we're very hopeful that the injection of new blood in the region will look at sort of more developments. We have a joint venture there on one of the existing mine-ready projects at Hermes and Hermes South. And we own a development asset there. And in New South Wales, we're getting to the very pointy end of our land access negotiations with the heritage groups. It's a very exciting development there, and we're very, very keen to get on the ground with the traditional owners and get some exploration going, because our Yellow Mountain project in particular in New South Wales has very, very high grade lead and zinc and copper, and hasn't been touched in terms of any drilling since 1986. So yeah, we've got a lot of potential, a lot of levers to pull with the projects across Australia, and most importantly, we're well funded with 5 million in cash at the end of the last quarter.
Sounds like very exciting times ahead. James, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Caroline.